Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It is 17:15 Zulu on August 6, 2024. And this is Tuesdays with DX Engineering. Tuesdays with DX Engineering is a show where we feature DX Engineering employees that are doing interesting things in our hobby. And today we welcome Michael, KI8R. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Tim. How you doing?
Good, good. Michael, let's tell everybody where your QTH is generally. Where in Ohio are you?
So I'm just southeast of Columbus by about 20 miles, near about 5 miles west of Lancaster.
Okay, so you're out in the heartland, out in rural America, I would say. You know, it's you're close to Columbus, but not that close.
Yeah, not as rural as I'd like to be, but it is what it is.
And what kind of an antenna situation do you have there?
So I have 3 acres, and I have 3 acres of I can do whatever I want. The township doesn't care, and didn't even require a permit for me to put a tower up. So I have 60 feet of run 25 out back, and TH11 on top of that, and a 5-element 6-meter beam on top of that. And I've got verticals for 30, 40, and 80, wire antennas for 40 and 80 as well. Verticals, 2-meter and 440 stuff near on the house. I have a DX Engineering 40-80 vertical that it will go up later this fall as soon as I can figure out how to dig a 2-foot diameter hole back there. And so that's where we're at right now.
So are you, I know you work DX, but are you looking forward to the Jarvis DXpedition that's going to come online either today or tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be in the fray for that.
Yeah, that's November 5, Juliet. That's a big deal. And of course, DX Engineering is proud to be one of the sponsors of that DXpedition. So, but let's get to some things that I think can really help a lot of hams that you're doing. And I want you to explain some of the videos that you've done for DX Engineering that are on YouTube and also on the video section of DX Engineering.
Okay, so I've started about a year ago putting up videos on our DX Engineering channel, and to date there are 10 of my videos up there. I have 2 in the queue, and one that is currently one that I'm wrapping up here at home. So I've got videos that range from the ARCA rotor controller over my shoulder here. I've got videos for the ACOM 500. We went in to talk about galling, videos for different POTA things. So lots of different things going on.
So you've targeted a couple of projects that you really are interested in, and things that, for instance, the IC905. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I was sent a 905 to play with, and it's a lot of fun to play with. It's a really neat little radio. I think in my mind that radio is really geared to the rover community, although it can be made to work in a home environment as well. And so I actually did get to use it a little bit in the VHF UHF contest back in June, and made a handful of contacts with that. And I'm working right now to see if there's a way I can make a 10 gig contact. So I have the little 10 gig dish from ICOM, and I've been kind of conversing with some of the people that are on 10 gigahertz, and hopefully we'll be able to do a video of me doing 10 gig contacts. So that's kind of the goal right now.
And so, Michael, this do you see the YouTube video?
Yes.
So all you do is go to the DX Engineering channel on youtube.com, and you can watch Michael's videos. And here's the one on the 905. The transceiver puts the actual radio part at the antenna. And let's talk a little bit about things like the UHF VHF performance? I know you weren't on 10 gig yet, but how about some of the other bands?
So I used it primarily on, I had it set up to work on 2 and 5 gigs, but 2 and 5 gigs is really challenging, especially in Ohio, because I come to find out after the contest that there's really no activity on 2 and 5 gig in Ohio, unfortunately, although that may change. But there is a lot of 10 gig activity. And so, but the performance of the radio is really good. It has a great receiver. Um, and did hear your friend K9CT a couple of times on FT8 on 2 meters as well. So of course he's got a big station and a big signal from out there.
Right. So, and the activity weekends, I would think like this past weekend was the 222 and up contest. The activity weekends really help.
Yep.
When you get a radio like this, but it's always nice. I mean, you can take a look at our part detail at the dxengineering.com website and learn about radios. But these YouTube videos that you do are really, really an important way to learn more about a particular product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And whether it's the 905 or the Arco or the res antennas, I did one for that. The Telegans MC750, I did one for that. I also have a couple of chameleon antennas here that I'm going to be doing videos on a little bit later on this summer. So lots of things in the queue.
So, I think if you want to learn about various products, and I would you even take suggestions on products for
I'm always open to
review?
suggestions. Always open.
Yeah, yeah, and then I'm looking now at the Arco uh, YouTube that you did here, showing the back panel. Do you see that?
Yep.
And your videos are very clear and succinct so that you can understand what's going on with the particular product, but it really can help you make a buying decision before you get some of these new products. And I got to believe that you're having a lot of fun. The 905, the Arco controller, and things like that. Do you have some ideas of what the next videos are going to be about, Michael?
So I've got one in the queue that I just sent to Katie that is on buying your first handheld radio. We talk to so many new people in this, that are just brand new in the hobby. And so I wanted to make a video, about how to go through that buying decision, and not so much about comparing radios, because if you want to compare radios, there's dozens of YouTube channels that do that. But actually getting into the nitty gritty on the buying decision, what helps you make the right decision, and so that's coming up here really soon once she gets that uploaded. But like I said, lots of things, lots of ideas floating around the back of my mind. I wake up at 3 a.m. and will send myself an email so I don't forget it the next day.
Right. Well, look, that does say that you're passionate about this, and I know I speak on behalf of the amateur community to thank you very much for doing this and taking time to get into the details of some of the products. I do want to recognize folks in the chat room today. We have Jose, X-Ray 2 Zulu Zulu is on from Mexico, and our friend Don is on from Philadelphia. Whiskey Juliet 3 United from Brazil. It's Papa Uniform 2, Mike, and AA4 Whiskey X-Ray. His Ham Shack. He says, I love DX Engineering. I bought several things through you all. Wish you had an affiliate marketing program. Well, you never know. We're always looking at opportunities and looking to see what's next. And Jeff is on with us, KB8ZWT, the Zulu Whiskey Tango, and Jeff will be on the show here in a few weeks. So we're looking forward to catching up. Jeff is out camping right now, and hopefully he's got a radio and an antenna with him. And also Jim is on from Southwest Michigan, November 8th, Juliet Victor Charlie. And let's see, we're always looking for call signs. So we've got Papa Yankee 4, Mike Alpha Bravo is on from Brazil. And Dawn, November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. Really would love to see you do a start to finish video on selecting a tower, all the bits and bobs that go with it. Gin poles, guy lines, towers, tower types, etc. Boy, that's a handful, Michael.
That's a long video. There's a lot of factors in all that.
Yeah, and I think Michael, both you and I have done our share of towers, and it's really good to have an Elmer that has been there and done that,
right.
Because there are a lot of safety issues when it comes to doing towers, but we do have a good video series on tower safety with W3YQ on the DX Engineering website. So Dawn, you might want to check that out. Eric is on from Liberia. It's Echo Lima 2, Echo Fox. Dan is on from Kentucky. Hello and good afternoon, Tim and Michael. And we have Richard, Kilo Zulu 4, India Tango from East Tennessee is on with us too. So, go to the DX Engineering website and click on videos. We have a lot of videos there. And then also on the YouTube channel for DX Engineering, and check out videos there. If you missed one of the shows, you can also see all the recordings of the shows there as well. Michael, besides the DX Engineering 40 and 80 meter vertical, what other antenna projects do you have coming up here before it starts to get cold?
Well, I need to go up on the tower and just do an inspection, make sure everything is good up there. And that's probably the other thing that's going to get done this year. Everything is, been working well for the past, it's been up almost 8 years now, so it's in good shape. And if I can, Tim, one of the things that with towers that we get into all the time, having fall protection is key. If you're going to climb a tower, don't take a linesman's belt from AT&T from something 30 or 40 years ago. Get a real linesman's harness. You're going to real harness and get fall protection for that harness.
Got to have fall protection. That we have learned how to do it better. Yep. And that is a real safety tip, to have the fall protection harness as part of your climbing arsenal. Watch the videos, get an Elmer, and always be safe. And always don't ever climb alone. That's the other thing. Don't ever climb unless you've got somebody on the ground watching what's going on. And I think those are some things. I do want to recognize we've got Dawn, Kilo Echo 8 Delta Oscar on, also from West Virginia, Kilo Delta 8 Yankee Whiskey Fox. And Dan says, I now have property where permits are not required, but I don't know the first thing about it. Dawn, again, there are some books out there written by K4 Zulu Alpha and others. K7 LXC wrote a book, and I suggest you consult those books as well as the W3YQ videos and get a good Elmer. Those are really, really important things. So I want to make sure that everybody on here that is a DX Engineering customer knows that we're thinking of you and thanking you for your business and your trust. Whether you talk to Michael or one of the other sales member on the team, you're talking to over 1,000 years of combined experience. And if you're not a DX Engineering customer, give us a shot. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how well it goes. And until next time, 73 from DX Engineering.
73.